Hello, I'm Adam Paul Morgan. Thank you for clicking onto what is a video on the election, which has happened. Donald Trump had won the election for the United States presidency. I don't know if that's the correct terms. Now, whenever I do one of these videos, I've done very few in the past about politics and things like that, and I've got to be honest, I bore the hell out of me. You're probably going to be bored watching this video, but you know, people have the right to an opinion, people have the right to vote. I have the opinion to go, what have you done? And etc. But there's all sorts of things as well. Look at the X Factor and Pop Idol and I'm a Celebrity, all these programs where you ring up and it costs you nearly £7+ or dollars or whatever to vote for your favourite hoo-ha to win something that's not really necessarily that important. But this is important for people. Any election where it's who will command and things like that all over. It's not, you know, it's not a pop contest. It's very funny. It's very funny for someone like me. Now, if you've watched any of my videos, the things I talk about, Blu-rays, DVDs, things like that, games, silly stuff that happens in my life. So when I try and do something serious, it just doesn't come out right. And if you're still with me, please bear with me, because it's also about the opinions of people. And yes, everyone has the right to an opinion. And also, in an aspect, some people, you know, I also have the right to ignore that opinion, whatever it may be. Particularly, you know, it could be, I own an Xbox, but people come to me and go, oh, you should get a PS4, which is right. You have the right to tell me that I should get one. I probably won't. I want one, but I won't get one because I don't have the finances for that just at the moment yet. For whatever reason, it's like if I go into, I don't know, just go into a shop to get myself a drink, I may want a Coca-Cola, but someone else might come along and say, what are you getting that for? You should get a diet one. Cheeky sods, but that's people's opinions, and then you can either take it on the chin, which is probably the best thing to do at the moment, because I think we all just need to calm down a little bit. Yes, we all have the right to opinions, and Donald Trump has won the election, and that's what obviously people have voted for him to become their chosen one. That's probably the wrong term to use, but that was their choice. Now, there's a lot of things going on Facebook at the moment and Twitter and things like that, particularly in the UK at the moment. But because we've had a referendum to say, should we stay in the European Union or should we leave the European Union for whatever reason? Yes, you know, there was a massive thing in the UK about that. Should we stay or should we go, without trying to do a Clash song or anything like that. And people have the right to an opinion. But just on Facebook recently, there's a very old friend of mine who it's been nearly 10 years since we last was in the same room together. So he's a very good man. He's a very good man now. Well, he was then. He's still a good man now, I suppose. But he's been taking a bit of. He just put a comment of opinion. Someone has just come along and decided to just completely insult him, his background, his upbringing and all sorts, which is just completely wrong. Now, if anyone watching this and you want to insult me on my upbringing or anything like that, you wouldn't be far shot wrong, because I had a bit of a crap upbringing. That's for a story for another day. But this opinion thing, this bigoted, stupid opinion thing about, you know, one person saying one thing because they disagree with another, that's the world that we should live in, you know, where people have got an opinion, and if they don't like it, you can either take it on the chin or just quite kindly say, why should it be like this? It's a bit unfortunate for this friend of mine. He's taking a bit of abuse on Facebook for just his one little opinion. Now, obviously, there's opinions which are completely wrong. You know, cruelty to children, things like that, you know, just completely wrong, and disrespecting women, and, you know, not allowing certain races into a country because of what they believe. They could be good people. They could be bringing money in. It's like, you know, if for whatever reason I went to, let's say, a pub and they wouldn't allow me in. Why? Because I'm wearing a grey tie and a black shirt for whatever reason, which was my choice. That bar is not going to do very well on their takings that night. Why? Because I do like to drink a lot of beer. For whatever reason, people might not want to drink a lot of beer for their choice, religious reasons, or for whatever reason. It doesn't matter. But you can't really just. You don't even know the person. You can't insult them. I have banter with people. for certain reasons. Football teams, for example, soccer teams, American football teams and things like that. Yeah, people always have, really heated arguments about things like that. I don't know, well, there's another one. I'm going to say X-Men Apocalypse. It wasn't the best X-Men film, but it wasn't all too bad. Jurassic World. I know people who thought that film was rubbish. I thought it was okay. My opinion. There you go. But can we all just agree on one thing? One thing about this US election. One thing that we can all agree on. Yes, he won, but people who voted for him and people who didn't vote for him. Can we all just agree on one thing about Donald Trump? Forget everything. One thing that we can all agree on, that he does have really stupid in hair. He needs to get that bonnet sorted out no matter what. And some of the things that he is publicly open about women and not letting certain people in is just absolutely outrageous. Now that's my opinion. What are you going to do about it? Leave a comment below if you think some of the things that he said is completely wrong. We can all agree on his hair though, that needs sorted. I actually had it cut because someone said he's starting to look a bit like Donald Trump now, so it was straight down the hairdresser to get this haircut. Also, another thing as well, the tie business. Since he's been elected, the sort of, I've put on Twitter where you can get the red tie, things like that. Now, it's a sort of comfort thing for me when I do one of these videos. I wear the tie. I don't know. It's like Jeffrey Porter when he's singing. He's always wearing a balaclava. That's his comfort thing. Mine's the tie. But because of Trump, in my opinion, the tie's going to have to come off. Gone is the tie now because, well, there you go. So, what do you think about everything going on and things like that? And if people are thinking, yes, it was election, you're just doing this as a cheeky way to get a view, well, yeah, and no. So, what do you think? I'm Adam Paul Morgan. Thank you very much for watching. Ta-ra a bit.